Good morning, class. Rise and shine. It is a beautiful Thursday, December 11th, in the year 2025. I'm your host, Ichino-ani, and I'm so excited to start our lesson today. Today, we are going to look at a very interesting paper that is currently trending in the arXiv. It is all about human-computer interaction, or as we call it in the field, CS.HC. Now, settle down, get your notebooks ready. This is going to be fun. The title of the paper is Ichino-ani, a Multimodal Agent Framework for Smartphone Interaction with a Robotic Arm. The curl is chat.arxiv.org/abs/2512.8629 font. Phew, that was a long one. So, let me explain what this is all about. Imagine you have a robot at home. Maybe it is a helper robot in the kitchen, or a robotic arm on your desk, usually. And you want computers to control smartphones. You use something called a DW, Android Boat Bridge. It is like a digital cable. It lets programmers send commands directly to the phone system. But here is the problem. Using a DB is not how humans use phones, right? We do not plug a cable into our brains to open an app. We look at the screen, and we tap with our fingers. Also, the DB only works on Android. It requires special developer modes, which can be a security risk. It is like leaving your back door unlocked. So, this paper introduces Ichino-ani. It is a new way for robots to use smartphones as, just like we do. It uses a camera to see the screen, and a robotic arm to physically tap, swipe, and type. This is amazing because it is platform-agnostic. That means it works on Android, it works on iOS, it works on basically anything with a touch screen. For researchers, Harry Zhao and his team from NAC in China built a benchmark with 155 tasks. They use a smart AI, specifically a multimodal large language model, to look at screenshots, figure out where the buttons are, and tell the robot arm exactly where to move. Now, let's think about why this is important for our everyday lives. We're going to give you 3 specific examples so you can really understand the impact. First, let's talk about accessibility technology. This is huge. Imagine a person with severe motor impairments who cannot hold a phone or whose hands shake too much to tap small icons. With Ichino-ani, they could use a voice assistant to say, "Call my grandson on WhatsApp." The robot arm, watching the screen, would physically navigate the app, find the name, and tap the call button. It bridges the gap between the digital world and the physical constraints of the user. Second, let's look at UI and UX design. App developers always worry. Is this button too small? Is this swipe gesture too hard? Usually, they test this with software emulators. But software cannot feel friction or screen glare. By using a framework like Ichino-ani, designers can automate testing with a real physical robot arm. They can see if a robot, which mimics human vision and movement, struggles to hit a button. If the robot misses, maybe the button is too small for a human too. This leads to much more user-friendly mobile apps. Third, let's consider the future of smart home robots. Right now, if you want your home robot to order groceries, it usually needs a special API or a software connection to the store. But what if the store does not have an API? With Ichino-ani, a kitchen robot could literally pick up your phone, unlock it, open the delivery app, scroll through the menu, and tap order. It allows robots to use the tools we already have instead of needing special software for everything. The paper mentions that they tested this on many apps, like Chrome, Spotify, and Zoom. They even created a dataset of operation episodes. However, it is not perfect yet. A robot is a bit slower than a human, and sometimes it struggles with complex games. But the success rate for simple tasks is quite promising. For example, in the standard task set, the step efficiency was over 90%. That isn't a grade in my class. Comparing this to other technologies, like a DB-based agents, Ichino-ani is much safer. It does not need root access to your phone. It just looks and touches. It preserves your privacy, because the data stays on the screen and does not go through a debugging channel. So, to wrap up, this paper is a big step toward what we call embodied AI. It is not just code living in a server. It is intelligence that interacts with the physical world, handling our devices just like a helpful friend would. That is all for today's lesson on state control. I hope you find it as fascinating as I did. Keep your eyes open for more robots in the future. This is Ichino-ani, signing off. Have a wonderful Thursday.